Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to a video, and this is a paid request for Vonte, one of the requests. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, whether it be a topic, reaction, commentary, review, re-review, random thoughts, tier lists, rankings, movie news, video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it. I'll get to it as soon as I can. And thank you. Thank you to the people that have sent them. I really do appreciate it. Now, Vonte wanted me to do a comparison ideas of verses on these three Halloween films: Halloween 5, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and Halloween Ends. And I need a drink for this. I sincerely sat there and went, I don't know which I hate more, because Halloween 5 I've hated the longest. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I hate them all for different reasons. So how do I compare, like, I hate you as much as I hate you, but like for different damn reasons. Like Halloween 5, I hate how they screwed up the ending of Halloween 4, and how they wasted Donald Pleasance, and how they kill off Ellie Cornell. And I would say maybe deep down that makes me more mad, that makes me more angry, because I do quite like Halloween 4. And like, what's worse? Screwing up a previous film that you enjoy, or be a part of a group of films that you don't really care about. And now that I say that out loud, because sometimes I'm not sure, but when I hear myself say it, something kind of clicks. I know that doesn't make sense, but that happens with me a lot. I probably would say the one I hate the most is Halloween 5, when I really think about it. Because of that reason. Because I like the previous film and it screws up a previous film that I enjoy, it didn't even do it well. That's the thing. If you don't want to do stuff like that, then you better damn sure make a fairly good film. One of the reasons why I quite love Elm Street 4: The Dream Master. It kills out the Dream Warriors, which I wasn't big on, because I liked Elm Street 3. But Rennie Harlan and Lisa Wilcox, and the soundtrack, the music, the effects by Kevin Yeager and Streaming Matt George, and like all the people combined, I thought they made a damn good movie with energy and flair and style. And my favorite character, Alice, I really enjoyed it. So okay, it's almost like sacrifice. They got sacrificed to make this movie that I really enjoy, as dumb as that sounds. But Ellie Cornell and the ending of Halloween 4, and they got sacrificed for such a shitty movie. Like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 I hate, but I didn't like the first Rob Zombie's Halloweens. Okay, so it's a sequel to a film I don't like. Halloween Ends is atrocious, but it's part of a trilogy that I don't like anyway. I mean, part of me wants to say that Halloween Ends is the worst. And if people say Halloween Ends, I think you have a very, very, very good point. And that's where my mind was going to before I started this video. But I think deep down, like, Halloween 5 may piss me off more because of that. But I mean, they all have such horrible... Like, Halloween as a franchise, I like the first 4. I liked H2O. I liked Resurrection, aside from the dumb first 10 minutes where they retcon H2O. I did a fan edit where I put Resurrection first, and then it goes to H2O. And that's kind of a fan cut I did. A very rough fan cut. I called it The Resurrection of Michael Myers. I put it on Mega Upload. It's very rough because I'm not great at them. But again, I put Resurrection first. I deleted the first 10 minutes because screw that. And then after Michael Myers gets away, at the end of Resurrection, I figured, well, he just goes across the way and finds where Laurie Strode's at, and he went home. People pissed him off. He needs to get off some steam, Bennett style. I don't want to kill my sister. Where'd the bitch at? And then it ends with her cutting the damn head off. But anyway. Treat, motherfucker. I could watch that over these any day. Again, aside from the stupid first 10 minutes. If I go through each one of these, they all have terrible beginnings. The beginning of 5, we retcon Halloween 4. And I know what you could argue, well, wait a minute, if they continue with Halloween 4's ending, would that not be Halloween Ends? Because, oh, someone else is possessed, it's not Michael Myers anymore. But the thing is, at least you've set it up, I think, pretty properly. It doesn't come out of nowhere where you're doing a trilogy and the last 2 films, you never even mention this character of Corey. And it just pops out of nowhere. And it's advertised like Laurie and Michael Myers are going to have this big standoff, and that's not really the case for most of the film. I'll get to, but there's a lot of the differences, I would say, between the two. But yeah, Halloween 5 screws up the ending of Halloween 4. Rob Zombie's Halloween, you have this whole hospital bit that's trying to be an ode to the original Halloween 2, but it's all this one big dream scene that went on for way too long. And then Halloween Ends. That might be the most poorly written Halloween film, because you know what? Let's do this. Let's go through each one of these and say, I'll go into why all 3 of these suck, in my opinion. Halloween 5. Of the first 8 films, that's the one I hate the most. I do not like The Curse of Michael Myers. But it does, it does have a couple cool death scenes, like the guy, the asshat dad, stepdad, I should say, getting blown up in a gory detail. Okay. But I'm not a fan of that film. I like 1 through 4, H2O, Resurrection, I could deal with. But 5 of the first 8 I hate. Not just because of that beginning. You kill off Ellie Cornell in a very stupid, anticlimactic fashion, where she was such a good, strong character in Halloween 4. You discard her for the stupid, well, now you don't know who's going to die. But yeah, you do, because so many times they do that, but they only kill one person that's important. Oh, who else is next? But you don't kill any of the other important characters. It's not like, okay, you have 5 of them that came back, and then you kill, well, Dream Master did it. There you go. Part 4. But very rarely do they do that. So you kill off, which was a mistake. And really, just anticlimactic. Barely, no fight at all. Then you forget about her for most of it until Danielle Harris finally finds her and cries for 10 seconds. And then, let me see. This guy just murdered your sister. But now you're playing peekaboo with Michael Myers and he's crying like a bitch in heat. And so many stuff that Dominique Arthur and Gerard put in with the cops that come in and they have these clown noises. The stuttering kid, which was irritating. Danielle Harris, who's a good kid, good child actress. You don't let her talk, because now she's mute and maybe psychic, maybe. Donald Pleasance, his character becomes a guy that is trying to help her in part 4 to a sadistic madman, using her as bait and ready to, looks like he's ready to beat the shit out of her. So you piss on Donald Pleasance, you piss on Loomis's character, you kill him off because he's lying there at the end with his eyes open. He's supposed to be dead. They don't say it, that's why it happens in part 6. Just Dominique and Gerard did such a poor job showing it. And you defeat Michael Myers by putting a chain net around him and just beating him up with, a piece of board or something? You throw in this useless subplot of the man in the, I almost said the man in the iron mask, the man in the mirror, the man in black, and not Will Smith, although Will probably would slap the shit out of him. There you go. That would kill Michael Myers. Maybe. Well, come on, it's Will Smith slapping. He's not going to kill anybody with it. Jada Pinkett, that's a different matter. Give her the pink eye. But then he machine guns a police station, and Michael Myers leaves, and then she's like, no. And then it ends. You're like, what? That's how it ends? Okay. Like, even the kills really aren't. I mean, it's kind of your typical. Someone gets impaled with pitchfork that you barely see. Someone gets hung. Someone gets punched through a car window. Someone gets killed, but you don't see it. It's like some of them you don't see. Like, I can't really think of really inventive kills in that. Even part 4, the shotgun impales someone and thumb in the forehead and open the neck up. You got some gore in there. Like, that's actually some good kills. I don't even think part 5 has really that much for good kills. So, Halloween 5 I think sucks. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I did not like the first Rob Zombie's Halloween. But the only decent thing about those films is Brad Dourif as the sheriff. I wish if those films were told from his point of view, from his perspective, I truly think they would have been better films. Would have been more unique to see this all from a sheriff's perspective. And Brad Dourif is the best actor in the movie. Both the first and the second one. I don't care about white horses. I don't care about Michael Myers having a mask that looks like someone took a dump on it. Michael Myers gets to talk, and he grumble. Malcolm McDowell. Okay, he's playing a different type of Loomis. It's not going to be like Donald Pleasance, but okay, he's a greedy author, and then he tries to fix things, but doesn't really. So then they try to do this whole thing. Funny enough, all 3 of these films have something in common. It's about someone else becoming evil. Or you think. Like Halloween 4, you think it's about Daniel Harris becoming evil, then they let that go. This is like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, maybe Laurie Strode will become evil, depending on which ending you see. I think of the ending where Laurie's in the mental hospital and she smiles. She's crazy. Because her brother was crazy. She's having these weird dreams. And Michael Myers looking at his mom and a white horse. And like the shaky cam in that is just very obnoxious with the shaky cam. I would say that's more violent than Halloween 5 in terms of gore. But the shaky cam makes it so sometimes I can't see what the hell's going on. The characters, who am I supposed to like other than Brad Dourif? I don't like Scott Taylor straight out of Compton. I don't. I never liked her as an actress. I don't think she was that great. She played a very unlikable Laurie Strode. Danielle Harris, she would have been better, honestly. Like, or hell, kill off Laurie Strode and then we concentrate on Danielle Harris and her dad. There you go, Rob Zombie. You want to do something different. You want to do something instead of your white horses where you stole from Roy Rogers, or you wondering where the Lone Ranger's at. They get his damn horse back. You kill off Laurie Strode. What's going to happen? Then we concentrate on Danielle Harris and her dad, and the two of them work together to fight Michael Myers. There you go. That would actually be, for me, a more intriguing direction, more interesting step, and in a way, you get in the Danielle Harris Halloween 6 or so that you never did get. Subconsciously, it's like her finishing her story, although she's played a different character. You end it with no sequel bait ending, and there you go. If you did that where it's the hospital and then, oh my god, Michael Myers really does kill her, and then like, what the hell? Well, it makes the first film pointless. Well, I get it. That would piss off fans of the first one. But I can only speak for myself. I don't like the first one, so I wouldn't care. So I can only speak for myself, not for you. Well, that's selfish. Of course it's selfish. Movie watching is a selfish experience. You're watching a film and you want to like it. If they do something that you don't like but this person liked, or you don't be like, yeah, I'm glad I paid my money so this guy could get what he wants. No. It's not the case. Sorry. You just hope you can either ignore it or deal with it, and there's enough to like it that you'll enjoy your experience. That's why every movie has their own fan and non-fan. That's why everyone, if they review a film, even if they liked it, there's going to be different things they liked or different things they disliked. Just how it is. But yeah, and then Halloween Ends. Where to even start with that? I did a live watch along, and when Corey, who the fuck is Corey? Who the fuck is Corey? I don't think he was ever introduced in the previous two films, 2018 Halloween, Halloween Kills. He comes out of nowhere like an RKO. Speaking of which, he does a Shawn Michaels sweet chin music on a little kid because for some reason he's afraid of addicts. He's in there for 30 seconds and freaks out. Oh my god. Why is he freaking out being stuck in an attic? I don't know. It's addicts. This is a grown-ass man. He super kicks the door. The kid flies off and lands, and it was the most hilarious shit I've seen. And most of the film, especially the first 40 minutes, is about Corey. Because the director wanted to do Christine, but I can't get the movie Christine, so I'll just put it into Halloween. Instead of the car he gets influenced by, it's Michael Myers. Jamie Lee Curtis, her character, it's funny, she spent 40 years scared, frightened, obsessed with Michael Myers, right? Built a compound, became Sarah Connor, or as I called her, became the cat lady, the crazed cat lady you see in The Simpsons. Because 2 or 3 friends died. Like 3 friends died. But when her daughter died in the last film, she's baking pumpkin pies. She's fine with Halloween. She's fine and dandy. Getting baked in pies and shit. Still in Haddonfield. Just people don't know this thing called moving away. They never heard of the term, apparently. And, like, okay, you were that crazy that 3 of your friends died, but your own daughter was murdered and you're fine? And then the town, for some reason, hates Laurie Strode, saying, it's your fault. You provoked him. How? He escaped. He went there. He murdered some of you randomly. The previous film, she was stuck in a fucking hospital for the whole time. Anthony Michael Hall's the one who riled everybody up. What about that guy? What the hell did she do? Piss poorly written. Again, of these 3, I would say Halloween Ends is the worst in terms of writing. The stuff I mentioned with the daughter, like I did all to repeat myself, just go back to it. I don't want to repeat that. To now the granddaughter loves bad boys and met this guy, and within less than 3 days, she's madly in love with this guy, and I don't know why. Who the fuck would want Corey? Who gives a shit about Corey? The guy gets bullied by what? Band camp? What is it? Band members? I think there's like members of the band club or whatever the hell. So you can tell he's a Clark Kent looking pussy. And he hides in the sewers where for some reason Michael Myers is there. I guess he got the code to the vid or something and got sick and decided I gotta stay in the sewers. Even though the previous film, Laurie Strode goes on these tangents about the more he kills, the stronger he gets, and the more he kills, the stronger he gets. Apparently not, because he killed like 30 people at the end of the last film, and he's as weak as a goddamn rabbit caught in a trap with a carrot stuck up its ass. And he can't do anything. He barely touches Corey and does a dead zone, or whatever the hell happened. And then later on, Corey body slams him, beats the hell out of Michael Myers, and takes his shit like someone taking their tennis shoes, ready to put it on the telephone lines. Ricky! Stole his mask. And the first 40 minutes, like some people say, is like an awful version. Well, as awful version of Twilight or something. Like this lame love story between two people you don't give a rat's ass about, including a brand new character. All the stuff you thought they were building up in the previous film. What was the whole point of the whole Will Patton as the sheriff, where miraculously he survived getting run over and stabbed, and someone ran the car over onto his body, but he survived, staying in the hospital, talked with Jamie Lee Curtis, telling a backstory about how he could have had, like the cops could have killed Michael Myers, but he stopped it, so he feels guilty, so he wants to help end this. He doesn't do anything. He stands there in grocery stores, ready to give, Jamie Lee Curtis's Twilight Waffle the finger. All in there before it turns to dust. I don't know, like, Will Patton did nothing. Waste of a good actor. I actually didn't mind his character, but he does nothing in this. He does absolutely nothing. It's cool that he survives, because I like the actor, but he does nothing. So what was the whole point of putting that shit in the previous film other than, nostalgia? We need you to remember the first Halloween film. Remember the house? Remember maybe the lighting? Remember this guy who's trying to be Donald Pleasance? Hawkins, what is going on in here? Which I can't do a Donald Pleasance. I try. It sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Halloween Ends was completely mismarketed. All of the, not just trailers, but all of the posters was Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. And it was all about their final stand, their final showdown. Completely mismarketed. And then people will defend Halloween Ends saying, well, it tried to do something different. Just because it's different doesn't automatically make it good. Halloween 3, believe it or not, did not mismarket what it was. Yes, it was called Halloween 3, but if you looked at the trailer, if you looked at the poster, it tells you it's not a Michael Myers movie. If they had a poster that had Michael Myers on it, if they had trailers where, okay, Michael Myers is on TV, that someone's watching the movie on TV, but if they're showing Michael Myers, like, wait a minute. And then, like, they're showing him like in half the trailer, then when you watch the movie, oh yeah, it's all footage that was the TV of the movie. Okay, you'd be like, oh, that's mismarketing. That's a lie. That's a cheap state. It's a lousy shot. I don't like lousy shots. But also it pissed me off that movie for some reason decides to put Hard Target in it, one of my favorite films of all time. Like, why the hell are you putting Hard Target? You put Michael Myers in the sewers, like he's with the Ninja Turtles, and then you put Hard Target. Are you, like, David Gordon Green, are you trying to piss me off personally? You have the Ninja Turtle sewers, you got the Hard Target being shown. What's next? The end, like someone walks by a Cobra poster, or someone dons or Jamie Lee Curtis dons a Rambo bandana. Surprised it didn't happen, but it was so boring. It was so slow. It was so uninteresting with this Corey character that I'm sorry, I did not give a rat's ass about. There are sequels that did stuff differently that I have enjoyed. I'm one of those people that did enjoy Jason Goes to Hell. Is it a flawless movie? No. But I quite enjoy that film, and it did stuff fairly different. Because I thought with the way the film was shot, and the style, and the pacing, and the action set pieces, and the crazy gore, and John D. LeMay, Stephen Williams, There's a lot to like in that film, in my opinion. Same with Halloween 3. Same with other films. Halloween Ends, I think, was poorly done. It was poorly written. Like I said, people blame Laurie Strode for no good reason. She forgets about her daughter who got killed for not really any good reason. Michael Myers, for some reason, is weak, but it's never explained. Corey, how come, if this is really your idea, here's an idea, why don't you bring up Corey in the first two films? Oh, he's this nice guy, he's this decent guy, he's this guy who's picked on, but you know what? Oh, he maybe helps out or does this and that. And oh my god, this guy that you've been liking the whole time, then it becomes evil? Wow, maybe that would have had actually some kind of an impact for the viewer? In some way, shape, or form? But it doesn't. It didn't. At all. And just stupefying stuff was like, now he's going to join Michael Myers and they're going to try to kill people, and then I still don't understand what the hell Corey was trying to do at one point where I'm going to stab my throat to somehow frame Laurie Strode and make people think she's a killer. Even though he's wearing a suit that looks like Michael Myers' suit. Even though I swear to God, maybe I'm wrong, I haven't seen that film since it came out. But wasn't the Michael Myers mask like right over there or there somewhere? Didn't he have it? And this granddaughter, after all this stuff she's been through, and only knew this guy for 3 days, she thinks, oh, yep, my grandma's a killer. She's a psycho. And I'm like, this is dumb. This is foolish. Even if you liked that granddaughter character, which I didn't really give a rat's ass, but this made her a complete bumpkin. Complete bimbo. Complete fool. And then, Michael Myers, like, it's a pretty lousy fight, honestly. What, they, like, slit his wrists at his throat, and then he rides the wave, like, as a friend of mine said, like it was Woodstock 94 or something, 92, whatever it was. Like it was Woodstock. Just rides the wave until he's crushed up into dog meat pal. And then it's over. But it's never over, because they'll reboot it again. Mark my words. When they go into a TV show, they'll reboot it. Eventually it'll be rebooted. It's only time. So what, the logic part of my brain wants to say Halloween Ends is the worst of the three. Because of all that stuff I just said. For a while, if you asked me like a year or two ago, I would have said Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I would have. Because the White Horse and all this other stuff, but again, it's such its own continuity. Like, even this is trying to be in the continuity of the first film. And it deletes the second film because that's such an awful movie. How dare Michael Myers be Laurie's sister? That's so stupid. Why is it so stupid? But all this makes sense, apparently. So you tell me that the 1981 Halloween 2 is such a stupid idea for a story, but you think all this stuff that we had made sense in Halloween Ends? Well, Michael Myers kept coming back to Laurie Strode and the family, regardless. All they did just make it more convenient or convoluted. But anyway. So logically, I would say Halloween Ends, but emotionally, Halloween 5, like I said, because of... that was really, to me, the first that really stank up the franchise. It was the first time someone went up and whiffed you in the balls with their back of their hand. And again, what they did with the characters, Tina. Someone asked me one time, which is a worse character, Tina or Corey? I might have said Corey at the time, I don't know, but Tina... She is something else. She is such a horrendous character. And now I'm debating whether her or Corey is the worst. I almost want to say Tina is the worst character in the entire franchise. I really do. I think I might say that. So if I said Corey before, then I changed my mind. It's Tina. I'm like, shut the fuck up. So yeah, I mean, all three sucked. So all of them could win the worst category. Again, Halloween Ends would be my logical choice, but Halloween 5 just... Maybe I have not a personal history, but on this channel, I think that was like one of the... When I first started YouTube, on my first channel, that Sal's no longer around, that rant on Halloween 5 was one of the first big videos I had that people noticed what I was doing. So maybe, in a way... I guess maybe I should thank it. I should thank it because a lot of people did find me because of that rant. So I guess that's one thing the actors say it did. Which Halloween Ends didn't do that, so fuck it. I guess Halloween Ends I'll put as the worst. Halloween 5, I may hate your guts so damn much, but in the real world, in a weird way, you helped me. Because by losing my mind over your sorry ass, a few people found me. So I guess I gotta say thanks. So I guess Halloween Ends is the worst. I'll put Halloween Ends. There you go. There you go. You got me to say something good about Halloween 5. Congratulations. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.